If you find the word se a bit tricky and confusing, you are in the right spot. But fear not, because today we are going to take a close look at this handy word and go through its 6 different uses. I'll give you examples to show you how it works in each case. And if you are familiar with my videos and my teaching style, you already know that I like to see how the language is applied in real-life situations. So, as usual, I've prepared for you an interesting story to see the word se in context. Now, there's something important you need to know. If you are not subscribed to my channel with all notifications on, you might miss my new videos. So, to keep getting more content like this, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Hello everyone and welcome back to Fluency Rocks. I'm Carolina, your Spanish certified teacher hailing from Colombia. Whether you are new to Spanish or looking to improve your skills, this video is made just for you. And this channel is here to help you on your journey to becoming a language pro. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the uses of se. As you may know, in Spanish we have reflexive verbs, which are the verbs that describe actions that the individual performs on itself. I'm not going to get into many details today about reflexive verbs because I've already created a playlist where you can learn all the important aspects about them. You can find the link in the description box. So, when it comes to reflexive verbs, se is the reflexive pronoun for the third person, both singular and plural. But remember, sometimes se can also be attached at the end of the verb, especially when we have a previously conjugated verb. Here's a quick reminder of the reflexive pronouns. Yo me, tú te, usted se, ella, él, se, nosotros, nosotras, nos, vosotras, vosotros, os, ustedes se, ellos, ellas se. Let's illustrate this with examples. Mis amigas no se maquillan. My friends don't wear makeup. Pedro y Jorge van a levantarse tarde. Pedro and Jorge are going to get up late. Usted se viste a la moda. You dress fashionably. Juan no quiere afeitarse. Juan doesn't want to shave. Se can be used to express reciprocal actions, and this usage is also connected to reflexive verbs when we want to describe those actions performed from one individual to another. Let's see some examples. Mario y Carmen se aman. Mario and Carmen love each other. Los socios se entienden. The business partners understand each other. Los vecinos se pelean a menudo. The neighbors frequently fight with each other. As you could see, in the previous examples, we used the reflexive verbs amarse, entenderse, and pelearse. Se is used very often when we want to make a sentence impersonal, with no specific person. In this case, it's clear that there's someone behind the action, but we don't want to specify who is doing it because it's not relevant. For example, se vive bien en Uruguay. One lives well in Uruguay. Se come bien en este restaurante. One eats well in this restaurant. It's very common to see the impersonal se being used in informal signs to express what a business offers. For example, se arregla ropa. Someone fixes clothes. Se necesita chef. Someone needs a chef. Se arrienda este apartamento. This apartment is for rent. This means that someone is renting the apartment. It doesn't matter who. We can also use this impersonal se for recipes, manuals, or instructions. Let's see some examples. Se hierve el caldo de verduras por 5 minutos. boil the vegetable broth for 5 minutes. Primero se gradúa la temperatura y luego se ajusta el tiempo. First, adjust the temperature and then adjust the time. Se precalienta el horno antes de usarlo. Preheat the oven before using it. Se can also be used to reduce guilt or responsibility. In these cases, we can eliminate completely the responsible for the action. Maybe we don't really know who did it, or we can relieve some of the responsibility by using se. It makes the action sound more like an accident rather than something made on purpose. Let's analyze the following examples. Se dañó la cámara. The camera broke by itself. Se perdieron las llaves. The keys got lost by themselves. Moving on, let's take a look at these examples. Se me olvidaron las entradas del cine. I forgot the movie tickets. Se me dañó tu teléfono. I broke your phone. When we happen to forget something in Spanish, we usually say it in a way that shows it was accidental. In both examples, the speaker is trying to reduce the blame for their mistake. The best literal translations would be, the movie tickets were forgotten to me, and the phone was broken to me. In fact, if we say, dañé tu teléfono, I broke your phone, in Spanish, this would imply that we intentionally or due to significant negligence broke the phone. Now, let's compare a few sentences. Se me olvidó la billetera. The wallet was forgotten to me. Versus, olvidé la billetera. I forgot the wallet. Se te quemaron las galletas. The cookies were burned to you. Versus, quemaste las galletas. You burned the cookies. In this case, saying quemaste las galletas sounds more as if we were blaming the person for burning the cookies on purpose instead of by accident. Se me partió el vaso. The glass was broken to me. Versus, partí el vaso. I broke the glass. The same thing happens here. If we say partí el vaso, we are basically saying that we broke it intentionally. Now, there's another way we use the word se. It comes into play when we have sentences where we use direct objects and indirect objects together. In Spanish, we swap in lo, la, los, and las to take the place of direct objects. For example, tengo los documentos. I have the documents. This can be shortened to los tengo. I have them. We can use the words le and les to stand in for indirect objects, but here's the twist. They still need to be in the sentence, even when the indirect object is already there. For example, no les conté nada a mis amigos. I didn't say anything to my friends. This can be shortened to no les conté nada. I didn't tell them anything. The next part is when we put direct and indirect objects together. However, a challenge arises if we start with a sentence like this one. Les di los regalos a los niños. I gave the gifts to the children. When we try to make this sentence shorter by using direct and indirect object pronouns, we end up with the following. Les los di. I gave them to them. But saying les los doesn't work well because it's a bit tricky to pronounce. Since the whole idea behind using direct and indirect object pronouns is to simplify things, we use the pronoun se instead. It takes the place of both le and les in these sentences, making it easier on the tongue. Now, let's sum up how to switch out le and les with se in sentences that have direct and indirect object pronouns together. Le lo becomes se lo. Le la becomes se la. Le los, se los. Le las, se las. Les lo, se lo. Les la, se la. Les los, se los. Les las, se las. Here are more examples. Se los corregí. I corrected them for her, him. Here we are talking about math exercises. Liliana se la vendió. Liliana sold it to him, her. We are talking about a house. Se las leí. I read them to her, him. We are talking about stories here. Se lo advertí. I warned him, her about it. If you are interested in learning more about direct and indirect object pronouns, I suggest that you watch the playlist I created with all the videos I made about this topic. The link is in the description box. Now, unlike the impersonal se, we use the passive se when we are talking about a particular someone or something as the subject. However, we leave out the specific subject from the sentence for various reasons. One of them is to reduce the blame. This usage of se has already been explained earlier in this video. Another reason we often skip mentioning the subject in a passive sentence is if it's not important or if it's unknown. For example, se vendió toda la mercancía ayer. All the merchandise was sold yesterday. Los problemas se resolvieron rápido. The problems were quickly solved. In our last example, a particular person or a group of people solved the problems. However, the sentence is presented this way because the crucial part here is not who solved the problems, but rather the fact that the problems got sorted out fast. Furthermore, if we leave out the se in this example, it would sound like the problems were solving something else, and that wouldn't make any sense here, especially because there's no other object mentioned in the sentence. Great, now it's story time. I think immersing yourself in lots of listening and reading is a super way to get really good at languages. To spice things up, I've put together a quick tale to demonstrate the real-life situations where we use the word se that we just talked about. But before we jump into our story, I want to clarify that the pace won't be super slow. This isn't a topic for beginners. However, if you prefer, feel free to adjust the speed of this video. So, with that out of the way, let's dive into our story. La escuela de español. En la vibrante escuela de idiomas Palabras Encantadas, los profesores de español Rosario y Juan se preparan muy bien para sus clases. Ellos se entienden muy bien, formando un equipo inseparable. Una mañana antes de empezar la lección de Rosario, se dañó el mouse de su computador, causando un pequeño caos en el aula. ¡Ay, no puedo creerlo!, exclamó ella mirando preocupada el computador. Juan, siempre dispuesto a ayudar, le dijo: «Tranquila, no te preocupes. Se me había olvidado decirte que estaré creando materiales todo el día en el computador de la coordinadora, así que te puedo prestar mi mouse». Gracias a la ayuda de Juan, Rosario empezó su clase. Las clases de ella son fantásticas, ya que sus estudiantes y ella se comunican muy bien, haciendo del aprendizaje todo un éxito. De hecho, Palabras Encantadas es una de las mejores academias del país, porque allí se ofrecen cursos personalizados y se brindan explicaciones en español, inglés, alemán y en otros idiomas. La clase de Rosario continuó y de pronto Ricardo, un alumno de ella, dice: «Marta va a aprenderse una canción en español para cantarla en la próxima clase. ¿Qué les parece si hacemos un club de canto para variar?» «A mí me parece una excelente idea. ¿Y a ustedes?», preguntó Rosario dirigiéndose a sus estudiantes. Todos estuvieron de acuerdo. Y en ese momento Karen, otra alumna, agrega: «Estoy muy feliz en esta escuela, aquí se aprende mucho». La clase de ese día terminó. Entonces Rosario decidió unirse a Juan para crear materiales de estudio. Juan, ¿sabes cómo hacer tableros de juego para alumnos de idiomas? Nunca los he hecho, pero en YouTube se encuentran muchos tutoriales actualizados para hacer todo tipo de tableros de juego y materiales en general. Sí, buena idea, ya los voy a buscar. Por cierto, ¿qué tipo de materiales estás haciendo? Estoy haciendo unos materiales según las instrucciones de la coordinadora. Ella me dijo, para la segunda unidad primero se hacen las tarjetas de vocabulario, luego se imprimen para los estudiantes presenciales o se envían por email a los estudiantes online. Así, mientras Juan y Rosario trabajaban, de repente entra la coordinadora al salón diciendo, imagínense que se retiró el profesor de lenguaje de señas. Se necesita un reemplazo urgente. Por favor, pongan un anuncio en internet. Enseguida se lo pongo, dijo Rosario. Entonces Juan dice, me pregunto por qué se habrá retirado. Ni idea. ¿Será que él y la coordinadora se pelearon? No creo, me parece que ellos se llevaban bien. Unos minutos después, un estudiante entra apresuradamente al salón donde están Rosario y Juan y dice, se me derramó el café en la clase, se arruinaron las tarjetas de vocabulario del primer nivel. Lo siento mucho, ahora se quedaron sin tarjetas por mi culpa. No te preocupes, yo se las hago otra vez, dijo Juan sonriendo. Los profesores continuaron trabajando y cuando ya terminaron de crear materiales, Rosario dice, aunque trabajemos duro, no se puede negar que se disfruta mucho en esta escuela. ¿No es así, Juan? Totalmente de acuerdo. Siempre se ve el progreso de los alumnos y todos pasamos muy bien. Por cierto, ¿les vas a leer cuentos a los niños que vienen el viernes en la mañana? Sí, se los voy a leer. Ellos los disfrutan mucho. Así, en la escuela Palabras Encantadas, la colaboración entre Rosario y Juan, la espontaneidad de los estudiantes y los imprevistos del día a día pintan un cuadro vibrante de aprendizaje. A pesar de los desafíos, todos disfrutan trabajando y aprendiendo juntos, destacando la magia de la enseñanza en este espacio único. Here you go, a story to illustrate the different uses of se in real-life scenarios. Remember, the more you practice, the better you'll become. Now, there's something important I want you to know. If you are not subscribed and don't have all notifications turned on for this channel, chances are you might miss out on my new videos. So, if you'd like more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, share your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm eager to hear from you. And if you're interested in learning more about the Spanish language, make sure you watch this great video I made titled Direct and Indirect Object Pronouns Together in Context. It's great for anyone looking to grasp and apply this topic in everyday situations. Click here to watch it and keep rocking your language learning goals.